I don't know what it was about watching The White Lotus that made me feel like I was going to go into San Francisco at night. Maybe I was having to subject myself to the self-absorbed, entitled, and disconnected characters that seem like they've never been so broke that they can't distinguish the differences between ramen flavors. But then a friend recommended it to me, and I gave it a shot. And it was either go watch Minecraft or watch this. I didn't think it was easy to craft a film that gives us some genuine empathy for the top 1%, but then Lotus comes around and gets me to actually give a shit about the interpersonal relationships between some fading Hollywood star and her friends and a douchebag's daddy issues. So let's dive right in. White Lotus is the third and latest in an ongoing series that takes place in an ultra-luxurious resort franchise in Thailand, named the White Lotus. It revolves around 4 groups of vacationers and a member of the resort. There's a threesome of middle-aged, blonde, attractive cougars that start off with a strong bond and watch it go all Beatles after Yoko. Then there's Belinda, some kind of self-righteous masseuse with a strict moral code that is put to the test. Greg, a married billionaire, the wealthy Timothy and his family. This group has some real sexual deviant issues, but I'm not gonna touch that. Rick and Chelsea, an awkwardly paired couple that never quite sync. They're kind of like this totally yin and yang couple. One loving, one angry, one calm, one chaotic. They kind of put Johnny Depp and Amber Heard to shame. And the gate guard, Guy Talk, a dude with such bitch issues that he probably has dreams of being as manly as Justin Bieber. Okay, that's the synopsis. I'm gonna tell you what it means, so if you keep watching, that's your own damn fault. The premise of the show embodies the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil ideology. And I know this, of course, because you see the damn monkeys everywhere. Some see it as a battle between light and dark, but I lean more toward it being a story of the fruit of knowledge of good and evil from the Bible. Each character begins either idealistic or ignorant, but when they taste the resort, they change. They all get a dose of evil and compromise their principles with that newfound realization that life is not all black and white. We begin with Belinda. She's a bit annoying and always fake chipper, but then she compromises her principles when she's offered $5 million to keep a murderer's secret. She's so high and mighty when he offers her $100,000, but in the end, we see that taking a bite of that apple has a price. She isn't evil by any means, but after the prospect of being a millionaire, she's no longer innocent and even begins to crap on others the way others had crapped on her. In the case of Timothy, he begins the show as a Boy Scout as described by his wife. He's a loving father and husband, but after receiving a phone call informing him that he was caught embezzling money and would end up in jail, he begins his decline into madness and even decides to go all Jim Jones on his family with some poison pina coladas, only to change his mind mid-drink. I mean, this asshat was ready to 86 his family. Then we come to Rick. He's tormented by the supposed murder of his father, Jim Hollinger, who's now the husband of the resort owner. He attempts to confront and shoot him, but then backs down after seeing a frail and weak shell of a man. After he goes back to the resort, he's confronted by Jim and sees a more formidable and braggadocious man. He seems more in line with the man he believes killed his father. Then, in a fit of rage, disarms and shoots him, only to find out that the man he killed was in fact his own father, and his mother wasn't truthful when recounting the story of his father's death. He's then shot and killed, along with Chelsea, as collateral damage. Then we have Gaitok. He's a peaceful Buddhist that adheres to his religion fervently, even willing to quit due to the resort's policy that security guards carry guns. After pressure from his love interest, yeah, because women will do that, and his desire to do the manly thing, he eventually shoots Rick for murdering Jim, and he ends up as the owner's sole bodyguard. He tasted the apple and became an ambitious man in charge of his own destiny. The threesome of women began as a superficial group of fake friends that wound up becoming more and more gossipy until one cheats on her husband with the object of her friend's desire, causing a rift in the friendship. After realizing what their friendship actually meant, the group learns and grows closer together. All groups were confronted with truth, and reacted in their own ways. Some chose to embrace their manhood, and some chose to go batshit and try to kill their families. The story is brilliantly scripted, with catchy dialogue that is intentional without fillers. It steadily ratchets up the tension to a boiling point, then releases it with deep concepts about karma, the afterlife, and the perils of navigating the internet to find good porn without Wi-Fi. It has Hitchcock-inspired tension weaved into the situations it places its characters in, while making you hope for good resolutions to the problems the groups put themselves in. I also got some good Shakespearean vibes mingled in with a Buddhist framework. Yeah, Buddha's everywhere. That jolly fat little man is the spirit of the story. I've been through too many movies and shows that tease that they're gonna stick the landing without delivering, like an Amish stripper in Vegas. But this one does, and even gives you a happy ending. Well, at least for most of the characters. I give it a resounding 5 out of 5 reels and recommend that you choose to watch this instead of that latest turd of True Detective. Well, let me know if you're going to watch it, skip it, or what you thought of it. And as always, keep watching movies.